Welcome to another edition of Blind Man's Grub. Today I'm going to be showing what I call the cheater's guide to making spaghetti.
I've gathered here the ingredients we will need. I almost forgot the most important one, which would be kind of hard to make spaghetti without. The spaghetti noodles. It's usually good to keep them in a container that seals like this one. It'll prevent pests like bugs and mice from getting to your noodles. Over here is my skillet, ready to go. And my saucepan, which has been filled with about 2/3 full of water. I've already placed salt in the water. And what this will do is prevent your noodles from sticking together when you start cooking. What we're going to do is we're going to turn the burner for the saucepan on high. When it comes to a boil, we're going to lower the temperature to medium and leave it there for right now, so we can concentrate on getting the meat done. I'm going to turn this on medium so that'll warm up. And you should always keep the handles of your cooking pans angled away from where you're standing, just so you don't accidentally pull what you're cooking off on top of yourself. I've had the heat on for a few minutes now. We're going to test and see if the pan's ready for the meat. I'd say with the water I flicked on there, the way it's reacting, it's ready. As you can see, I've gone ahead and opened the package. I'm just going to dump that in the skillet. When you put the meat in the skillet, prepare to break it up really quickly. That way it won't all get stuck in one pile. At this point, we need to start putting the spices in. About to add garlic powder. With the garlic powder, you should be very careful not to get too much. That would be plenty. Gonna add the basil. It's hard to get too much basil, in my opinion. I love basil. And now for the oregano. And then we're going to salt it. Now I'm just going to keep cutting, tossing, and stirring until it's cooked all the way through. Since I've got a small saucepan, I have to break the spaghetti noodles in half so they'll fit in there. But that ends up working out because I don't have to use near as much spaghetti. Depending on the quality of meat you get, you'll wind up with liquid in the bottom of your pan. Once this is done, we're going to need to drain the meat. Our meat should be done at this point. So what I'm going to do is remove it from heat and drain it. I've just finished draining the meat, and we're about to add our jar of sauce to it. And this is why it's called the Cheater's Guide to Making Spaghetti. All we need to do now is stir this, add the noodles to this water, bring it back to a boil. And after it's back up to a boil, set the timer for 10 minutes. And once the timer goes off, this should all be done and ready to eat. And we'll drain the spaghetti and have dinner. We're just waiting for the water to come back to a boil. After you've added the sauce to this, don't forget to reduce the heat. Because everything's already cooked, we just want to slightly simmer it in the sauce. And if you notice, it's already starting to boil. And you're going to want to take a spoon and continually break it up. Alright, it's back up to a boil. And we're going to set the timer for 10 minutes, which I've already done. We're going to go ahead and start the timer. And then we need to come back over here and continually stir and watch this. And here's our spaghetti noodles ready to eat. and our spaghetti sauce, which is thoroughly warmed. All we need to do is set these tongs in the noodles, and this is the end of the Cheater's Guide to Spaghetti. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please click the like button down at the bottom, and please subscribe to this channel, as well as check out my other channels.